And every single day,
the more enemies we kill.
We're spending trillions and trillions of dollars.
You know, people say, all right, this is your fault.
It's not your fault.
All I know is you're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean's show. I'm here with Josh. How you doing, Josh?
Doing good, man.
I'm very, very happy because Burning Man is underwater. Burning Man and the dumb bitches that go to Burning Man are drowning. And this is God telling... Did I not say last week that it was an affront to God? I don't think I said that.
I thought it was like a pagan thing that they were doing. That's the effigy that they're using.
They're Satanists. Burning Man is filled with Satanists,
I thought they're a humanist.
No. They're well, that's the same thing. Humanism is actually worse than Satanism. Satanism is just worshiping a goat or an animal. I love goat. Have you had goat? Have you had gyros?
Sabritos, delicious. Yeah.
Bueno.
Yeah.
We do Spanish. This whole thing is Spanish. Bienvenido. Estoy. Oh no, me llamo Sean. Am I gonna get canceled for that?
Not at all. You're speaking Spanish.
Burning Man está en fuego. I'm good. I know a little bit of Spanish. ¿Cómo están? Yeah. I took 4 years of Spanish. Ay.
Okay, maybe that part. Maybe that part.
Just a mariachi at Burning Man. I would love. Honestly, are there like discount tickets to Burning Man right now? Because I want to go to Burning Man now, like with fresh supplies.
Yeah.
And just I want to do to the people at Burning Man what they do to the world. Because the people at Burning Man, they run companies and they fuck us. Mm-hmm. They sell products and they fuck us. You know, groceries are $100 a week. It's insane. Inflation's crazy. These are the elites. And so I want to go to Burning Man and I want to start selling water bottles for $5. I want to start selling water bottles for $10. Maybe if you want to survive, maybe you need to do a sexual favor for me. No, just kidding. That's a joke. But it's just it's great. I couldn't be happier that the people who went to Burning Man are having a bad time. I want them to have a bad time.
Did you hear the conspiracy about it?
No, what's the conspiracy?
That Ebola broke out and that's why they're keeping people there and flights are canceled out of there.
Oh, like they're gonna that's the only place that's gonna survive and the world's gonna end?
No, that they're incubating Ebola there.
I did see that someone died.
Yeah, but apparently I think they said it was electric shock, like a generator. They got shocked.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy they're dead. I'm happy. Any more death? No, just I don't know.
Do you
it's
know
too
any
hard.
comics that went?
No, I don't know anyone. My buddy. It's actually funny. I was in San Francisco this past weekend for a comedy competition that I got last place in.
How did you get last?
I suck.
Wait. They gave you. They said you're last.
It was 16 people, and I got last.
Get the fuck out
over 4 shows. It wasn't even like a fluke. Like I literally couldn't even be like. And this doesn't count as a road story. This is not a road story. It wasn't even a fluke because we did 4 shows and and it was like different audiences, different age groups, different geographies.
Yeah.
And on average, I got last, like dead last. So come see me do stand up. I'm on the road coming up.
Somebody hated you.
I guess one of the judges. I did my trans joke and maybe that kind of hurt me.
Wait, where's this? Where was this at?
In the Bay, in the FSF.
Oh yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah, but the trans joke, it's not even a bad joke. It makes fun of a Republican politician at the end.
But using the wrong words.
I know. I didn't even say fag or anything bad.
There was a comic on FPIA this last quarterfinals who had an amazing set and didn't move on.
That's funniest person in Austin, by the way.
But they came out and said, "I'm a Trump supporter. That's my dude." Killed this.
Yeah.
And you felt the audience tighten up when he said it. And then on top of that, still landed the joke. It still hit.
Fuck yeah.
But, I mean, you could already tell they were like, well, if he's a Trump supporter, I'm not voting for him.
Yeah. You know, there's a certain type of flavor that the industry is looking for. And, I'm not really concerned about it because I've got you guys. I have my tens of listeners. I have this cult of people that will do anything for me. You know, I feel like the people that listen to this would like kill for me. What do you think?
I don't know.
Kill it in life
by
getting jacked and being a nice person. Oh, God. But I'm happy that Burning Man isn't going well. I'm very, very happy.
Tom Rhodes is stuck out there.
Tom Rhodes?
Yeah, the comic.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Tom Green. Tom Green is like all over. Like, you know, Tom Green from.
Yeah, he's a farmer now.
Tom Green like is like off the grid.
Yeah.
I think Tom Green would hate Burning Man because it's all corporate these days.
Yeah.
But Tom Rhodes is stuck at Burning Man. Do you know any other comics that are at Burning Man?
Yeah, there's this San Antonio comic that I saw that was out there, but that was about it.
What is it like? What's the attendance at Burning Man? Isn't it 40,000 people? Because I'd like to know, because you know, if it's like, I mean, it's tens of, I mean, it's a whole city. You know what's so ironic? It's all these people that shit on San Francisco and say that San Francisco's going to shit, and then they go to a place that's actually shit.
About 73,000.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. I bet you the net worth of the people at Burning Man is like, it's like all the one. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to be too one-dimensional about this, because there are poor people that go to Burning Man, right? There are people that just happen to have, I was reading about it, that just happen to have the equipment.
The average person, business development, 110,000 customers.
That's interesting. So these are different Burning Man jobs, and like the average job that people have that go to Burning Man. Business development, 110,000. Customer support, 72,000.
What's this right here? 100,000 to 299,000 is the average person that attends.
Yeah. Hey, you're not a fucking socialist. Hey, fucking get off your high horse. I'm so tired. Everyone that goes to Burning Man, love yourself. Love everyone. Why can't we live in a world where everyone just loves each other? Like you know, just love and hope and peace, and like smoke and like drugs and like the private prison industry. Everyone at the Burning Man complains about the private prison industrial complex.
Have you been there?
No. But I know. I just know the people.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like the private prison industrial complex is like so toxic.
Isn't that what they do? No.
Palantir?
Yeah.
No. They're up from last week. $1.
Yeah.
I know my shit. I literally have all. If this stock fails, this podcast fails.
Yeah.
That's really. I'm not even joking. I believe so.
You.
Please buy it. I want to just pump stocks on this show. But everyone at Burning Man, they're they're just they're NIMBYs. They're like as soon, not in my backyard people. You know, they're like, oh, they're socialist until it comes to like paying a higher tax rate on their salary. Then all of a sudden they're Republicans. It's a joke. It's truly a joke. And I know I don't want to belabor the point too much, but I am happy. I hope Burning Man getting flooded is a lesson to people. You can't go to the desert and do drugs and expect God to not intervene. Christ will intervene. I'm a man of God now, Josh. Did you know that? I'm a man of Christ.
Wait, what? Christ. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I was
the
going to say,
Lord.
what God?
The only God.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Maybe it is the flood, because look, Vegas even got hit.
Vegas is getting flooded too?
Yeah, look, this is Vegas right now.
Really?
Yeah.
See? That's not a coincidence. Las Vegas, Burning Man, two places full of liberal sinners. Two places where liberal sinners go to have anonymous orgies with goats. This is what's happening at Burning Man. The worst thing that's happening at Burning Man, aside from I think the orgies is probably the most tame thing they're doing. You know what else they're doing, Josh, at Burning Man? You know what else they're doing? They're using technology on the Sabbath. Okay?
I don't think
they are using generators and air conditioning units on the Sabbath.
I don't think they're Jewish, though.
Oh yeah, they are. And not in like an anti-Semitic way.
Yeah.
That'd be a funny Jewish like a anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, like the Jews run Burning Man.
Yeah.
That might actually be racist. I mean, I think some people probably believe that.
Do I type it in?
No.
Okay.
I'm on enough watch lists. I don't need to know if people think that.
Do you think you're on a watch list?
Yes, I've searched You know how I know I'm on a watch list? I read Edward Snowden's book on the NSA. Or no, was it? I always confuse Edward Snowden and the other guy.
Snowden was the NSA.
Snowden. Who's the other guy though? The Russian guy. No. He's in. I think Edward Snowden is in Russia, right?
Yeah, he's the Swedish guy.
Fuck. What's his name? His name's one of them's like actually evil. Edward Snowden. Anyway, I read Edward Snowden's book, and he talked about all of the programs in the NSA that were used to spy on Americans. And at the end of the book, and I was so pissed at Edward Snowden, but it's a very great ending to the book, is he said, FYI, if you've Googled any of the names of the programs that I've listed in this book, you are on a watch list. Like if you type in the name of like, I don't know, like Eagle, like whatever, Eagle Come, or like Whale Jizz, whatever the names of these government programs always have the stupidest names.
I think I'm on a watch list because we were gonna. I was on a no-fly list, my dad and I, and we.
What?
Yeah. We got on a no-fly list when we tried to get tickets, and so we had to clear that up. And then they're like, "Oh, there was a mistake," and I was like, that's crazy."
Josh, do you have some kind of past that you didn't that I didn't find it in the background check when I hired you, which was a very strict background check?
No,
I called Josh's parent. I called.
And my brother always tells me, he's just like, how come with you, you're the only person, as soon as we start talking, I hear an echo. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they're recording it. I was like, and they're not listening. They're just recording. That's all right.
And then your brother got off of methamphetamine. And we're very proud. We're very proud about that. Wait, so was it a citizenship thing? Is that why you were on a no?
No, I don't know what it was.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask that. But that was my guess. Like if I had to guess.
No, I got cleared up. I was talking a lot about.
Do you want to share? Or?
I was talking a lot about FEMA camps at the time.
Well, because you worked in news media.
No,
I thought you worked in TV for a while. Oh, wait.
I worked for a lobbyist for a little bit.
Wait, so you talked about FEMA?
Yeah.
Online?
Yeah.
And they put you on a no-fly list?
Oh, we tried to get tickets, and I was on a no-fly list. My dad and I, and then we got it cleared up. And
how did you? I fly a lot. I like literally fly so much. I really don't want to get on a no-fly list.
This was like 2012.
So that was when the NSA was at their peak, and they were just.
This was the National Defense Authorization Act just kicked in, and
they were just no-fly listing everyone back then, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like they were
because it was easy to get off. Not like I had to go and do an interview.
Did you have to go do an office?
No,
you just call them?
No, my mom's the one that booked the flight.
Yeah,
we're all going together.
Okay.
And then
you just got around it.
She's like, you and your dad are on the no-fly list. I was like, what?
I'm TSA pre.
Yeah.
I've said horrible, fucked up shit on this show.
Yeah.
And I'm on TSA pre-check. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but this was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. It's actually, I was at the airport and there was I left my luggage unattended at the airport for like 5 minutes. Have you ever done that before?
No.
Okay. I didn't know it was that big a deal. Like I leave my luggage, I leave my laptop out. I'm eating like a fucking bagel. I leave my shit out to go take a piss. It's like, what do people expect me to do? Pack up all my stuff, bring it with me to the bathroom?
Yes.
And then go back to the restaurant and unpack all my shit?
Yes.
What? I'd rather 9/11 happen again. I'd rather another terrorist attack happen than you waste 10 minutes of my fucking time.
You don't ever remember a time where you can just go straight to the thing without TSA?
No.
Wow.
Oh, that would have been a dream.
I remember
no
that.
Security?
Yeah, there was none. You could wait for people like the Seinfeld, like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Where you'd see them waiting for their parents, like right where the gate's at. You
could
do that.
Oh, or like Home Alone.
Yeah.
Where they're all running to the gate.
Yeah.
Because that back then, pulling up to the airport was just, it was almost like going to the bus stop. Mm-hmm. Like you just had to get there before the plane boards.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, it's funny because I left my luggage unattended, and then the security officer was waiting for me when I got back. Like he was right there. And he was like, "Is this your stuff?" And he was fucking pissed, And then he was like, "Sir, you cannot do this. I know you already know that you should never do this." And then he was like, "I've encountered a lot of bad actors at this airport, personally, believe it or not." And I looked at him. I was like, "No way you met Jerry Seinfeld." Bing. Wow, that was a little scripted bit for you guys. Stupid.
Why are you drinking that whole thing, bro?
I'm drinking a whole.
Oh, shit. That's a half a gallon of coffee.
Hey, if you don't drink, no brands on the show. No brands. If you don't drink half a gallon of coffee a day, then you don't give a fuck about your life. You might as well kill yourself if you don't drink this much coffee. You know how I have these great ideas? It's because of the coffee. Okay. You know how on a what's that show? Trailer Park Boys. I love Trailer Park. You know Randy and Officer Leahy.
I've only seen the memes.
Oh, okay. So there's this character, Officer Leahy, on Trailer Park Boys, which is like a poor trailer park in Canada. It's hilarious. One of the best shows ever written. And Officer Leahy is like the trailer park supervisor, and he just is wasted all the time. And there's all these bits where he just goes around and he talks to like, and he's gay, he's in the closet. It's a great show. And he like goes around and he's like, Randy, the drink is speaking to me, Randy. The drink is speaking. And the drink speaks to me.
Yeah.
The drink speaks to me.
Have you ever tried to like maybe switch to mud or matcha tea? Or...
No.
No.
Never. And I never will.
Okay.
I never will. This show is just it's gonna be just me ASMR coffee. No, I won't. That's kind of gross. I've had a lot of coffee, and I'm in a lot of pain.
I think I made a couple get divorced this weekend because I was talking about ASMR and I said that it was phone sex for poor people.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then the wife in front to her husband goes, I fucking knew it. And she slapped him on the shoulder real hard.
Really?
And everybody started laughing and he's like joking, like, ha ha ha. But you can tell she's serious.
Wait, so the guy was like, oh.
Because the guy watches ASMR.
And jacks off?
I guess. Well, no, I said it was phone sex. It's the equivalent to phone sex. You know what I mean?
I think ASMR is a little different from phone sex, right?
Depending on what ASMR you listen to. So if it's like,
some of it is peaceful, meditative.
Yeah, some of it. But the other ones were like the thumbnail is just like a girl with her tits all up and I'm going to whisper to you. That's basically phone sex.
Yeah, it's like sex voice. It's like sex voice acting.
You know what it is? It's because people don't get intimacy anymore.
Yeah,
and so porn doesn't give you intimacy, but a woman telling you about her day, whispering to you, it causes that.
That's pathetic as fuck. If you listen to that shit,
there's a lot of pathetic guys out there.
That's almost as pathetic as listening to Sean's show. It's almost as bad as listening to this. Actually, I mean, it's kind of this show. I mean, it's just ASMR grosses me out. Does it? I mean, like, I don't understand how people enjoy listening to ASMR. It's gross. It's like, hey, what's your name? I'm Susan. No, I'm fucking it up. hey, did you know? Did you know that, Josh? Did you know that the CIA cooed Brazil in 1989? I don't even know what year they did it.
Did they?
I don't know.
Oh, I would believe it. Yeah.
I want to do like ASMR. How about like it'd be funny. What about like ASMR, like Andrew Tate ASMR?
Ugh. I don't like listening to guys whispering.
I want to do Andrew Tate ASMR. Hey, did you know that if you're not a high value man, you're gonna die alone in your sleep, weighing 400 pounds? You're a little fucking pussy bitch. Oh. I traffic little girls in Romania.
Jeez. You know what? I've gone past ASMR. Now I just listen to what's called green noise.
Oh, I know green noise. Yeah. There's a whole app, the Calm app. Yeah. We're actually sponsored today. Thanks for great segue. Mm-hmm. Today we're sponsored by Calm, which has all types of different noises: green noise, white noise, brown noise. That's one of them. Is brown noise.
Yeah.
Which thankfully I live downtown, so I don't have to hear a lot of brown noise these days. Got away from the Section 8 housing. Ah, God, I'm not that kind of comedian. Let's cut that out. I don't want to pander. I see a lot of audiences of comics, and I'm like, I don't want those guys as my fans. Like, just like bro-y, like I want like women, only women, like 17-year-olds. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
You want to be Matt Rife?
I want everyone. Yeah. Which we met great guy.
Yeah, very nice.
It's funny. I actually just got into working out. It was actually a really funny joke. I just got into working out, and I was talking with another comic in the green room about working out. I was like, yeah, like I'm at a caloric surplus. Yeah. Talking about all this like weightlifting shit, and then I forgot who made the joke. Was like, damn. Or I think Matt was like, oh, it's good to know I'm in style. Because I think a lot of comics are getting ripped now because they see that that's working for Matt. But that to me is chasing something that's already happened. You know what I mean? Honestly, like I think the way to do it now is like go the opposite way. Like I want to get fucking fat as shit. To be a fat fucking loser.
We're in that little area where you know before you go on stage at the creek, and the other guy was on stage and he was about to get off. I was like, so are you more of a calisthenics guy, or what do you you apply a metrics? And he's like, oh no, I do this. I'm super tight right now. And I'm like, oh, I was kind of fucking around, but all right.
Are you more of like a yoga guy? Like, do you like?
And I had a beer the whole time going like that. I was like,
well, let's get to the next story here. I do want to cover this. So if you just pull up and scroll down there, beautiful. So this is an interesting thing that's happening in the AI world. So Sam Altman, I want to talk about Sam Altman. Josh, can you pull up a picture of Sam Altman? Because I want to make fun of this guy's face. Let's pull up a photo of our friend Sam Altman. Sam Altman, look at this fucking clown. Pull that one of him doing the Nazi salute. Just kidding.
I was like, really?
No, I wish. Actually, go to the top. Let's look at this one of Sam Altman and Elon Musk. Beautiful.
Who's Sam Altman?
Sam Altman. So, Sam Altman, if you just want to click on that, I just want to see the full screen. Or if you go back to the photo and just click on it, I just want to see if we can see a larger. And if you could just cut to the TV. Look, I mean, really look at this fucking prick. This guy's a prick. Look, he's got his hands on his dick. That means he's hard right now. That when guys do that means they're hard. He's like hard. You know? And Elon's here with his pencil thin mustache. I'm okay, sorry. Sam Altman is the OpenAI CEO. No one is talking about this guy right now. No one's talking about Sam Altman. You're all gonna know him. And you know what? Josh, I've been trying to communicate this to people. I'm not good at anything. Most things I'm very bad at. Socializing, investing in stocks. I'm bad at these things. I'm bad at life. I'm very lonely. I cry every night. But
that's good.
One thing, I'm actually in touch with my emotions. People are always like, "Oh, you cry every day?" Like, that's bad. I'm like, no, I'm just in touch with that's every day is probably too much, right?
It depends. Is it a happy cry or a sad cry?
It's mostly tears of victory.
Oh, that's good. Well, then it's good.
Tears of passion because the shit's hard. But one thing I'm very good at, I hate things before they're widely hated. I call shit. I call it. I hated Elon Musk before everyone hated him. I hated Elon Musk in 2014. I hated Elon Musk in the womb. I was in the womb, and Elon Musk was still growing up, beating up little brown kids in South Africa and telling them to mine more diamonds, okay, or emeralds. When I was in the womb, I got a radio signal from South Africa, and I felt that Elon Musk was going to grow up to be an evil fucking billionaire douchebag autistic loser. I felt it. And look, lo and behold, everyone hates Elon Musk now. Everyone loves to hate Elon Musk. You don't know what it likes. You don't know what it means to hate something that everyone else loves or doesn't know about. You don't know how much hate I've had to deal with and criticism that I've had to deal with being an Elon Musk hater. And I'm telling you, I have a track record. I hated Elon. I hated the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now everyone hates the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay? I'm telling you, in 5 years, fucking clip this shit up in 5 years and put it on the internet. In 5 years, you're all going to hate Sam Altman. Everyone's going to be talking about Sam Altman every day. And everyone's going to hate him. I'm telling you right now, get on the hate train early with me at Sean's show.
Is there anybody that you've hated and then you reversed hate?
A great example of that, I think, would be Adolf Hitler.
Oh, jeez.
Joking. No, a great example of that, someone I've hated that I flipped on. You know, I'm not wrong very often, but I will say someone that I hated that I ended up loving. My dad. I hated my dad basically my whole childhood. No, that's not true. I feel like with dads, like I loved him until I was like 15. Then I hated him until I was like 19. And now I love him again. So other than my dad, maybe I can't say. Well, and also I don't.
Well, no, your dad's a good example. That's a good example.
Yeah, maybe my dad. But I'm trying to think of like public figures that I've hated that now I love. Like maybe
Michelle Obama.
Michelle. No. I love Michelle. Always loved Michelle. I love the school lunch thing. Joe Biden. I used to hate Joe Biden, and I'm actually a big fan now. You know why I like Joe? See, a lot of people hate Joe Biden, and it's because it's very easy to hate Joe Biden. I like Joe Biden. I like what he's doing when it comes to well, not really much Joe. I like Joe because he picked Kamala. I like Kamala. You know, everyone hates Kamala. I like Kamala because she's tough on crime.
She's from the Bay.
She's from the Bay. Yay area. She's from the Yay area. So I have that right there. You and me, fucking Kamala. Oakland gang. What's your set, Kamala? I want to say that to her. Kamala, what I really like about Kamala Harris is that she's going to be president next week. When Joe Biden is I'm aware. I kind of, be crazy. I just want to like make a prediction that's crazy and then have it actually happen. And then like I'm implicated in like I want it to happen, but I'm like investigated by the FBI because I have like a crazy prediction.
If it's about the president, be the Secret Service.
Yeah. So and it would be everyone. So let's make a prediction. I predict that next week Joe Biden will. This is too far. Is this too far? I need to like go on these flights, so I won't do it. I'm not a dangerous individual, and I love America.
His wife got COVID.
Oh, Joe Biden did get COVID. Mm-hmm. Well, thank God Jill Biden and Joe Biden haven't touched each other since they successfully banned the integration of schools. The last time Jill Biden and Joe Biden were physically intimate was when they continued the systemic racism in this country. And they had a hate fuck session after they stopped integration. I guarantee that. And if you don't think that's true, then you ain't black. I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
The guy Joe Biden was alive when the dinosaurs went extinct. Joe Biden was alive before the genesis of the universe. People don't know that about Joe Biden. He's actually an immortal god that was alive when the universe was just a hot little tiny ball of mass that exploded massively and created racism. Yeah, let's find out how old he actually is. 80.
Wow.
He looks so bad for 80. Actually, I don't know. 80's
he can't
that's
continue.
Dude, okay.
Go to 84?
Bro,
he's gonna be 84.
Joe Biden was born in 1942. That's fucking crazy. Dude, if you found a penny, let me put that in perspective for people. Joe Biden was born in 1942. If you found a penny from 1942, you'd be like, holy shit, I can't believe this still exists. And that's what you should think about Joe Biden. You should look at him and think to yourself, holy shit, I can't believe this man is still alive. The oldest president at the end of his tenure was Ronald Reagan at 77. The distinction will eventually fall upon Joe Biden, who's currently 80. Wow. James K. Polk had the shortest retirement of any president, dying 3 months after leaving office at age 53. Wow. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. It's a tough job, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's not easy unless you're like, I would phone it in. I'd love to be president, just phone it in. That'd be so fun.
It's insane though how many people are in late 70s, 80s that are running the Senate and Congress and Supreme Court and president, and it's like
It's sad.
Leave. That's enough.
I know. But the thing is, it's just like everything else where you get into it and you just want to covet power and you want to continue to have the power. You get used to the power, you know? Like, for example, we have one Patreon for this show, Josh.
Uh-huh.
And I already am taking it for granted. I got a $5, I got an email that said I had been paid $4.39. And you know what I did?
What?
I went to the club. I went to the strip club. I went to the Red Rose and the Yellow Rose. And I blew it all on a lap dance and more.
Was it during the day? I don't think they have lap dances that cheap.
Yeah, they do. You're going to the wrong strip club, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the alleyway. I'm talking about the strip club in the alleyway at downtown. We got off track, but Sam Altman, let's talk about who he is. He is the OpenAI CEO. And if you don't know what OpenAI is, it's because the people that run these companies, Sam Altman doesn't want you to know what OpenAI is. These tech CEOs, they don't want you to know the name of their company because what they do is fucking criminal. OpenAI has created AI models, the creator of ChatGPT. They create these AI models that have the only reason that they're able to do anything, which, by the way, they're not even that impressive. People have such hard dicks about, they get so fucking worked up and they're so, like, get their dick hard about ChatGPT and how much capability it has. I think people don't understand. I saw a great take on Twitter. AI is nowhere near close to human consciousness, in my opinion. It's just, what it's doing is it's just predicting the next word. And like, I want to make this distinction because I think people, the perception is for most people in the public, they think AI is like this like incredible thing that's like almost like 99% towards human consciousness. Not even fucking close. All AI is doing is it's taking whatever thing you prompt it with, like, tell me the weather. And it's just throwing it into that model, looking and correlating it to what is in the test set, right?
For 2021.
For 2021. And it's saying, what is a likely answer? What is the optimal answer to this phrase? And it's all statistics. There's no consciousness. There's no deeper
I don't think
meaning.
they have one computer that's AI that's reached consciousness and they just keep it isolated.
I mean, who knows? Because I mean, as someone who has, I've seen weapons contractors. I've seen what the military has behind closed doors and what they don't share with the public. There are conspiracies. There's lots of conspiracies that as you can imagine, about like the DoD, about DARPA, and what they actually have behind, what they keep top secret. Area 51, shit like that. I say they're about 10 years ahead. I don't, and if anything, like the private sector is farther along than a lot of government projects, or they're developed parallelly. Like DARPA will contract a private company to research something, which I think OpenAI is. But my overall point is that, like, OpenAI is all they've done. Sam Altman has taken the whole library of content on the internet and he's privatized it, and he hasn't paid anyone. And now, there's a bunch of these lawsuits that are coming out about AI, and I'm truly outraged about this shit, because it's like, if you create something in the style of an artist, like, hey, I'm going to give you an image. Make me a version of this image in the style of Van Gogh. It'll do that. And OpenAI will make money. Eventually, OpenAI will make money every time that happens. But they are not Van Gogh. They didn't pay Van Gogh's estate anything. Or Van Gogh's a bad example because he's so old. But, like, let's say Drake, these lawsuits. Here's some lyrics. Write me a song in the style of Drake.
Drake's been using AI this entire time, I bet. That's why he has so many hits.
Well, I mean, that's true. And also, I was going to make a joke about him being Jewish. But I mean, Drake's a bad example, too, because, he's a industry plant. No, but what frustrates me is that, like, it's taking copyrighted work. It's the biggest OpenAI and ChatGPT is the biggest theft of copyrighted works in the history of the fucking world, and no one's talking about it. And the thing is, I question and so the story I want to share today is that Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he's gonna be a multi-billionaire, got a golden visa to Indonesia. Okay, so not only has he stolen the entire world's copyrighted content and used it for his own personal gain in his AI models, he's not even an American. He's in Indonesia. He's going to Indonesia. Let's see where else he went. Let me read this from the story. The ChatGPT founder was in Indonesia earlier this year as part of a whirlwind tour that also took him to several major cities in Asia, and might I say, communist Asia, including Beijing, Tokyo, Seoul, and many other beautiful options to flee to once the United States collapses into civil war chaos. And the worst part is, Marvel movies will still be made.
Oh, you wrote this. Okay.
I
I
wrote
was
the
like,
last
wait a
part.
minute. I was like, wait a minute.
I wrote the
What?
last part.
Yeah.
But he did go to all these cities. And, I question Sam Altman's commitment to the United States. I also question his sexuality. I also question his humanity. Let's cut back to his face. Look at this guy's face. Can you zoom in a little bit on the trackpad there? Look, the guy is a fucking lizard. That's a lizard. Okay?
Which one?
Sam Altman.
Okay.
And if he's Jewish, I take that back because I don't want to call a Jewish guy a lizard. Can we look up his religion?
I think that's.
I really hope he's, just for the sake of me not getting canceled.
What's his name? Sam.
Sam Altman. Fuck, he is.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
Okay, he's not a lizard. I'm sorry about that. I respect. I'm Jewish.
He grew up in St. Louis, Missouri.
He grew up. Okay. Hey. Wow. Now I really see. The thing is, it's tough to. It's all right. Let's not show that. There's enough anti-Semitism in the world. That's just. I just think. Look, his religion is not important. The point is that he has this like almost. He has this marketing, this brand. Sam Altman has this brand where he wants to advance people into the world. He has this very like humanistic vibe to him. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to help shepherd the world into the future. I want to help humanity. That's his pitch, right? But like, okay, here's a great example. Sam Altman tweeted this. But he's not. He's a fucking selfish asshole, is what I'm trying to say. He's a billionaire, just like Elon Musk, and these fucking people don't want to help the world, okay? And if you think that, don't listen to this fucking podcast, because it's not the show for you. If you think Elon Musk is doing good for the world, hit that little X. Get the fuck out of. I don't want you listening to the show. Only cool guys allowed. Sam Altman tweets this. Interesting to me how many of the ChatGPT takes are either, quote, this is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, aka a conscious AI, which I don't think exists, or, quote, this approach can't really go that much further, unquote. Trust the exponential, flat looking backwards, vertical looking forwards. And also the way they talk is so disgusting to me. You know what I mean, Josh? Like, go back, like the way, like this shorthand way that they tweet. Oh, are you really that fucking busy? Like, all these billionaires tweet, and they tweet in this shorthand way, and I get that that's just internet talk, but they tweet with this shorthand as if like they're so busy in their meetings. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. You're not busy. You're on Twitter. How about you read a full sentence, Sam Altman, you billionaire fuck? Elon Musk. ChatGPT is scary good. We are not far from dangerously strong AI. So let's really ask ourselves and be a little more skeptical. Why would billionaires want to fearmonger about the dangers of AI? It's because AI is not dangerous. What's actually happening is you're being robbed. AI is not going to take over the world. There's no fucking singularity. a robot's not gonna kick down your door and blow your mom's brains out in front of you. As much as I think that'd be hilarious.
I mean, the Terminator. I mean, that's
The Terminator is what the billionaires want people to believe is happening. And that is a distraction from the fact that they are robbing the government of the taxpayer resources. Elon Musk is saying, Elon Musk is saying, you know what you should be worried about? AI. AI is going to get big and it's going to get evil, and you better be worried about that. That might I can't get sleep. That's how worried I am. That's Elon Musk. I can't get any sleep. AI is so scary. But what's really happening is all these billionaires are not paying any taxes, and you're going to die of diabetes because you can't get health care. That's what's really happening. They're lobbying the government to not pay taxes so that you can't get health care. AI is not going to kill you, okay? You're going to die from type 2 diabetes because you eat like shit every day because inflation stops you from buying healthy food. That's so the more you're afraid of AI and you listen to these billionaire fucks, the higher likelihood of you dying of, getting your foot amputated because you're 400 pounds. And that's sad. Let's go back to the Google Calendar. I just want to, I actually had more on that. So let's see. Sam and his billionaire tech friends have warned that AI poses a risk for human extinction. Let's look at this. Here's a quote from a news story. Altman had admitted in March that he is, quote, a little bit scared of AI as he worries that authoritarian governments would develop the technology. Other tech leaders, such as Tesla's Elon Musk and former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, have cautioned about the risks AI poses to society. You know what else is very funny about this, Josh? They're saying AI is very dangerous as they continue to plow billions of dollars into the development of the AI. So is it dangerous? You're very scared of it? Or do you want to make a bunch of money off it? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, well, you can okay. So apparently in the occult, when you when you want to do something big, you have to warn the public. You have to tell them it's coming, right?
Okay.
And so whether they hear you or don't, then that's on them. It's like, oh, I fucking told you I was going to do that. I told you it was coming.
So that's a great point, and I think this is just a broader observation I've thought of. So much of advertising and products, and so much of I think the culture these days is about preempting the dangers of AI, COVID, which I believe in, by the way. I believe it happened. I love these people that are like, the COVID didn't happen. I'm like, okay. I mean, a lot of people died. A lot of people died of the coronavirus.
Yeah, but if you live in the middle of bumfuck and you don't know anybody and you got it and you didn't get sick,
yeah,
you're like, oh, it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I mean, COVID happened. 9/11 didn't.
Oh,
and that's my take. That's my position, and I'm not gonna move unless you can show me evidence to the contrary. But I love that Altman is like, oh, authoritarian governments. Sam Altman is saying he's worried about authoritarian governments developing artificial intelligence and using it for evil. Hey, Sam, if you're worried about that, guess what? You shouldn't be developing AI in America, the most authoritarian government. Okay? I'm worried about authoritarian governments developing AI. Time to shut your company down, Sam. You think the U.S. is an authoritarian? Have you seen what the NSA did? The NSA spied on us. They looked at your dick pics. The NSA looked at pictures of your penis. Against your rights. They violated the Fourth Amendment. So you don't think the NSA won't use AI to do the same thing? They're going to take your dick and they're going to make it smaller using AI. And your girlfriend's going to break up with you. That's what's at stake. People don't realize the stakes of the situation. AI is going to make your cock look smaller. They're going to make you look less white.
what?
Which is dangerous. It's an affront to the white race, is what it is. All right.
I wouldn't lead with that argument.
Okay. See, it's funny. I like.
Why would your girl break up with you? She can see the size of your dick that you already have.
No, because the thing is, we're all gonna be in the metaverse by then.
Okay.
And your real, you could have a 9-inch schlong, but your real cock doesn't matter. It's about your digital cock. It's about your digital penis.
Yeah.
And if that's small, then your girlfriend's gonna look at it and be like, I'd rather go date Sean Riley, who has a really big virtual penis. And you know why I have a big virtual penis? Because I didn't let Sam Altman take it from me. I didn't let OpenAI throw my dick into the content whirlpool, into the fucking ML machine learning test set. These fucking Stanford assholes. I hate a Stanford software engineer. You fucking arrogant pieces of shit. They're not all bad. But there are a lot of like Stanford computer science douchebags that make $1 million a year, that don't do anything for society. How dare you do that with your life? Truly. And I don't care if you're like a second generation American. Like, I get that. Like, I mean, it's like first generation immigrants, get your money. Here, this is a rule I have. And maybe, I hope this isn't racist, Josh. Let me know if this is racist.
All right.
If you're a first generation immigrant.
Oh, wait a minute. That should be a segment.
What?
Is this racist? All right, Sean, go ahead.
All right.
Give your point.
We got to get a soundboard.
Yeah.
Is this racist?
Yeah.
A little soundboard. Is this racist? Let me know. If you're a first generation immigrant, I think that you should like try to be the CEO of Chevron and like actively destroy the climate and make millions. Like you should be like throw caution to the, like, because you're a first generation immigrant from another country and you came to America to thrive. Godspeed. Make bombs, make frack, like build, be a landlord, be like the fucking monopoly man. That's what I think you should. Godspeed if that's what you want to do. If you're a second generation immigrant underneath a first generation immigrant that did well for themselves, then you have a little bit more of a debt to society. I don't think you can be as cavalier about what you do with your life just because you're a second generation immigrant. And I'm like a fifth generation. I'm an immigrant too, Josh. People don't know this. Mm-hmm. My family, we came over from Namibia.
Where's that?
It's in Africa. And
because you're Persian.
No, that's I was trying to. We were slave trade. No, we weren't.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I don't know. This coffee is making me fucked up.
The answer is yes, racist.
Is that no? But the immigrant thing. Like, do you think that's a bad take?
I think you owe it more to your parents than society
to continue the to like build a life for your family.
Because they're the ones that moved here.
They took a huge risk. They sacrificed so much.
Yeah.
And but
by the time you're sixth generation, you should be able to be like, listen, I had 5 generations who busted their ass, so this 6th generation, I'm just gonna be a big piece of shit. I think you've earned that right.
Oh, you think 6th generation
earned the right to be a big piece of shit?
I feel like if you've been here a long time and you're not poor, I don't think that you should just automatically. I don't think like working at Chevron is allowed. Like, I would say, like, I knew a lot of guys growing up in the Bay Area. They came from extremely wealthy families, and all they want to do is make little buttons on Facebook to make us more addicted to Facebook. Like, they want to make little red buttons that pop up on my phone. Like, you're literally Stanford computer science engineers, probably one in millions. To have that opportunity means you're 1 in millions to be there in that fucking room. And to take that privilege and that intellect that you work hard, sure, to get into Stanford, but like society has been a part of that. Society has put you in a position where you are extremely smart and you have so many skills and the world is at your fingertips. And to do something and to work at DoorDash, to design a routing map software infrastructure for DoorDash is pathetic. It's truly like, how dare, like, it's crazy.
Well, it's better than working for like Northrop Grumman and creating missiles. And
it's not, though. We have to defend our country, Josh. And that's where you're so wrong. We need a military.
Yeah.
Have I not been clear enough on the show? To everyone listening. I'm pro Raytheon. Again, the show Palantir is a defense contractor. And that's why I'm voting for Joe Biden. He wants to raise the defense budget.
Who's building you? Who's putting the money together to rebuild Ukraine right now? It's something like $440 billion.
Is that true?
Yeah.
From America?
Yeah.
We're giving $440 billion to Ukraine.
No, the companies are.
Oh, really? Like a fund? Was this like a news story you saw?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're investing. It's not like a donation. Like they're just investing.
They're investing in the infrastructure.
Interesting.
Your favorite company, I believe BlackRock was one of them.
Good for them. I'm happy they're doing that, honestly. Let's do this story. This is what this show is all about. Any story with BlackRock and JP Morgan in the title, we're fucking watching. We're doing this story. Yeah, block those cookies. If you're just listening, the Financial Times wants our cookies. You don't get our cookies. No cookies for you. And then just you can just scroll. There we go. So here's the. Could you scroll up? I just want to read the headline. So on Ukraine, on the war in Ukraine, BlackRock and JP Morgan helped set up Ukraine Reconstruction Bank. Fund aims to attract billions of dollars in private investment to assist rebuilding projects in the war-torn countries. Can you scroll down? And there's a mom. If you're just listening, there's a mom there with her 2 children, and she's actually looking. She's in Ukraine, and her house just blew up, and but thankfully she's sitting down with a financial advisor from BlackRock, and she's looking at some ETF options, and that's really nice. She's sitting down, and the BlackRock advisor is explaining, "Hey, I know your house exploded, and your husband was killed, and your children are fatherless now. But thankfully for you, we have the new VOO is the stock ticker for this ETF, which I think would be very helpful for you. It's a stock. It's kind of invests across the sector landscape, and it's kind of a diversified product, and that's what we can do for you. Your house is gone. Your husband was murdered by Russian soldiers in front of you, but BlackRock is here to help, and that's beautiful." The Ukraine Development Fund remains in the planning stages and is not expected to fully launch until the end of hostilities with Russia. But investors will have a preview this week at a London conference co-hosted by the British and Ukrainian governments. Can you scroll down more? Let's see. The World Bank estimated in March that Ukraine would need $411 billion to rebuild after the war, and recent Russian attacks have driven that figure higher. Wow. $411 billion. Damn. That's pretty powerful. And it's all going to come from the middle-class American taxpayer. Mm-hmm. All of that money is going to come. This is what Republicans think. They think that $411 billion figure is going to be coming from like coal miners' paychecks, which is not totally false.
I think
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If BlackRock is involved, then it's not humanitarian. If you got BlackRock and JP Morgan involved, this is not exactly a humanitarian effort. What they really mean by, quote, rebuild Ukraine, it's the same thing BlackRock's doing in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, BlackRock's rebuilding Hawaii. No, you're just buying the land for cheap. That's not rebuilding it. You're taking advantage of them because they're fucked. That's not the same as rebuild. Stop trying to sell it. Like fuck this Financial Times article. You're trying to sell it as rebuilding. Josh, let me put you this way for everyone listening. Let me put you this way. If your house exploded and you were left with nothing, and I show up and I try to buy it from you, buy the land that your house exploded on, and I try to buy it from you for a 400. Oh, what's this?
They literally said exactly what you said. What Ukraine needed, BlackRock advised.
Okay, here's the article. What Ukraine needed, BlackRock advised, was a development finance bank to find investment opportunities in sectors such as infrastructure, climate, and agriculture, and make them attractive to pension funds and other long-term investors and lenders. And what they're not saying is BlackRock takes 5%. And we get 5%. By the way, we get 5%.
We're gonna loan you the money. You're gonna invest in what we want. We're gonna make money off the money that we loaned you.
They make money every step of the way.
Oh my god.
When the pension funds give the money to BlackRock, they take a cut. When BlackRock deploys the capital to the hedge funds, they take a cut. When the hedge funds finally buy the properties from the moms and dads, you know, they get a great deal.
That's hilarious, but that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
that they were doing.
And by the way, I support this. I support this. That's called capitalism. Hey, people, you know,
It's called crony capitalism.
No.
Yeah.
This is called crack-a-lackin' capitalism. It is funny because people support free markets until BlackRock buys all the farmland. And that is where I know that you're actually a socialist pussy. If you support capitalism, here's the thing. Everyone wants to be on both sides of the fence. And I hate it. It's time. Stop being a pussy and pick a side. That's what I always say. It's either you're a capitalist or you're not. You can't just say like, Saudi Arabia's involved. Oh my God, we gotta keep. Okay, BlackRock's advice has drawn on its work for the Saudi National Development Fund and the Climate Finance Partnership, a blended finance vehicle that executes journalists. Very, very interesting. No. A blended finance vehicle that directs investment into sustainability projects in emerging markets. McKinsey did not respond. I just love this paragraph. This paragraph, can you cut back to the TV? This paragraph is like, no one knows what any of these companies are, and they run the whole world. Hey, guess what? The Jews don't run the world. It's these institutions. BlackRock, Saudi National Development Fund, Climate Finance Partnership, McKinsey. Okay? These people run the world. And it's actually mostly white males. It's actually guys that look like me that mostly run these funds. But also, there's some brown guys that run the world too. The Saudi guys.
It says right here, when the war is over, they're going to want to be ready and start rebuilding process immediately.
Yeah. It's funny. Hey, okay. Here's the take. Ready? Here's how you know this is all that these companies are all full of shit. They don't want to help rebuild. They don't want to see. The thing is, if they don't want to deploy, Ukraine needs capital now. Ukraine needs to rebuild their infrastructure now during the war. But they don't want to deploy their capital until after the war is over because guess what? It's too risky to deploy your capital now if you're an investor. So stop lying to the fucking public. Stop saying that you want to help. You don't want to help rebuild Ukraine. You want to make 20% a year on your hedge fund. That's what you want to do. You don't want to help rebuild. You don't want to help the people that have been killed. You don't want to help the poor Ukraine get food. You're not Mahatma Gandhi. Okay? You want to make 35% for the American Teachers Pension Fund so that you can make 2% of that 35%. That's what you want to do, and let's just be honest. I'm just tired of the dishonesty. I like BlackRock. I like what they're doing.
My favorite is how they're buying forests and then they're doing carbon credits for companies who are polluting. They're like, all right, well, we'll make sure this forest doesn't get chopped down.
Right.
And now you can pollute more and just pay us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the whole carbon neutral is a fucking joke.
Yes.
Carbon, if you have a lot of money, like Google says they're carbon neutral. Carbon neutral data centers. Data centers are pollutive as fuck. All they do is buy carbon credits to offset their pollution. Mm-hmm. And technically they're carbon neutral. But you know what? The fish are still dying. The floods are... But honestly, I'm kind of happy. I'm happy because the more the world gets polluted, the more Burning Man will be flooded. I want next year's Burning Man. I just want it to be a monsoon. I want them to show up. I want everyone to show up to Burning Man, and then the flood starts immediately, and they're all on ketamine, and they're like having a bad trip. I want all these losers at DoorDash that do I want losers that do engineering at DoorDash to go to Burning Man and have horrible trips, and maybe have a realization that they're assholes. I'm not a hateful person. But okay, let's close. I know you got to go soon, Josh. Let's close out. What do you want to do? You want to do more on the Ukraine? Let's do something different. Let's change it up. We'll leave the Russia is allying with North Korea, but we'll leave that for next week. Let me see here. Or do you want to do Spotify? Spotify's podcast bet.
Sure, what's that about?
Okay, so if you just scroll down, I think I have a link to a story here. Actually, could you just copy that title right there and put it into Google? Because there's a Wall Street Journal article that talked about it. We are supporters of the Wall Street Journal on Sean Show, by the way. Let's see. So if you don't know, you probably do if you listen to this podcast. The podcasting industry is like fucking blowing up. That's why I'm getting into this shit. I could have worked at a hedge fund, but I'd rather sell a podcast to Spotify. I will sell out eventually, by the way. So here's the story. Spotify's $1 billion podcast bet turns into a serial drama. The prospect of podcast riches led to aggressive investments in celebrity deals and original programming. Excuse me. For what appeared as a sky's the limit media frontier. For example, Obama got everyone got a podcast deal, right? And this was widely covered like by everyone last year. But $286 million for a pair of podcast studios and $250,000 or more for exclusive shows. Josh, think about that. $250,000 an episode.
I think Rogan makes more than that.
Yeah, and then obviously Rogan is a big figure, the biggest figure in podcasting. But the crazy thing is, all these podcasts are unprofitable, except for mine. And you can help make it less unprofitable by signing up for the Patreon. Most of the shows aren't profitable, according to people familiar with the matter, and the company has recently cut staff and programming to slow its losses. The company, which has struggled to report consistent profits, lost $527 million, euros, equivalent to $565 million in the last 6 months ending in June on 6.2 billion euros of revenue. No one in the business is making much money on podcasts. Well, that's a lie. I mean, Rogan is. But none of the production companies funding it, I guess.
Oh, it's just like, what's it called for dating? It's like the top whatever percent of males take 90% of the females.
Yeah.
Same thing with podcasting. The top percent of podcasters take 90% of the listeners.
Right. That's very true. And I mean, I kind of see it as a parallel to Netflix. You know, like you look at what Netflix was doing. Netflix spent billions and billions on programming, and then it would cancel the shows after 3 episodes. I mean, what a tremendous waste of money. That's I say that's a bigger waste of money than sending it to Ukraine.
I don't think Netflix have they been profitable?
Well, here's the thing. And Josh, this is not for you, Josh, because you probably already know this, but when people talk about the profitability of a company, they really, really don't understand the first thing about how a company measures its profit, you know? Because every startup wants to take a loss. When I saw this interview with Jeff Bezos. Like Jeff Bezos was on. Do you see that? Do we watch that here? I forget.
No.
But Jeff Bezos was on an interview with like on a late night show.
I think it was not Stephen Colbert, Leno or something like that.
That.
It was Leno.
Yeah, it was Leno. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
And Jay Leno goes, Jeff, your company's huge. Everyone claps. But it doesn't make any money. And everyone goes, ha ha ha. Jeff is such an idiot. No, you guys are the fucking retards. Because when you take a loss, that's called a tax credit. And I know this is boring. The moment I say the word tax credit, people turn off the show. That's why you're poor. That's why you're a fucking poor asshole. Okay? It's true. It's true. So just hear me out. A little finance education. Okay? Every startup, Amazon, you name a startup in the Silicon Valley, they want to take a loss because the moment you start showing a profit, also known as a net income, if you have a positive net income, you need to pay taxes on that. If you have a negative net income, you get the opposite of paying taxes, which means you get a tax break. So why wouldn't Amazon spend more money than they generate in profit, which creates a loss. They get a tax credit, but the money they spend goes back into developing the company. It plows back into building the wealth of the company, the infrastructure. So everyone laughs at these companies because they take losses. Obviously, you can't take a loss every year forever because you will go bankrupt. But you can literally go a decade without turning a profit. That's what Uber did.
Mm-hmm.
Net income, you don't want to have you don't want to make a profit. There's this other type of profit called EBITDA, which stands for EBITDA. It stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. It doesn't matter what those things mean, but the point is it's profit before tax. And you bet Spotify has a positive profit before tax. And that's what investors care about. That's what Wall Street cares about. Profit before tax. That's because that's cash flow. It's a measure of cash, almost a measure of cash flow. Not really. So when it's like, oh, all these companies take losses. No. They're very powerful, and you don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. And that wasn't very funny. But where was I? Sorry, we'll close it out. On this. So can we scroll down here? Podcast, maybe, let's take a look. Okay. This is funny. If you're just listening, it's this cheap, third-rate fucking studio with 3 people. I don't know any of these people, do you?
That's a nice studio. You don't like it?
Your studio is better than this one, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
And you spent way less.
Oh, yeah.
David Chang. Can you scroll up? Okay, maybe I'm being too critical. Okay. It's a nice studio. It's well lit. It's cool. So let's see. Here's another quote from Evan Shapiro, who's a media consultant. The size of the bet up against the size of the market just seems irrational in retrospect. They're out of runway. Okay. The pool of podcast listeners is growing. It's good for us. But the flood of shows on various streaming platforms makes it tough to break new hits. Facing competition across genres and formats, Spotify found that exclusive podcasts generally don't draw subscribers away from its rivals. Podcast costs at the company rose 29 million euros in the first half of the year. So I guess the podcast space obviously is getting very competitive, and they're not making any money.
Isn't there more YouTube channels than there are podcast episodes? I've read somewhere.
Oh, I believe. I don't know, but I believe that.
Yeah, and it depends on your demographic, because I know Latinos are they listen to podcasts the least, but it's the fastest growing because apparently we're not early
on a smaller
adopters.
base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
could you keep going down? There might be some more meat here that we can take a look at. Keep going down. This is just all numbers. Oh, here we go. Actually, here's interesting. Okay. Spotify has started to share more of the risk with its talent when it comes to podcasting. The company recently agreed to pay comedian Trevor Noah $4 million in a deal that allows the company to collect revenue from the podcast to cover its investment, according to people familiar with the matter. Sorry. So they gave Trevor Noah $4 million so that Trevor Noah can talk about private prisons.
I mean, whatever he wants to talk about.
I like Trevor Noah. He's cool. How does he sound again?
He has a South African accent.
Oh, Trevor Noah has a South African accent. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, I would go to the store.
The same accent as Elon Musk, apparently.
Oh, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's actually interesting. They're both from South Africa.
You know who found Trevor Noah?
Who?
Bobby Lee.
No fucking way. Really?
Bobby Lee was told his agent, you gotta check this guy out, and they signed him after.
Damn. Who's gonna sign me?
I don't know.
No one. You know why? Because I'm Jewish, and there's a lot of anti-Semitism. And scroll down. I mean, shit, I thought there'd be more meat on this story, but the story is basically that Spotify isn't making money on podcasting, and the whole industry's fucked.
Well, I think it's going to grow once more people have to go back to work and get their second and third, jobs working at Amazon warehouses, and you can't watch YouTube or Netflix. So what are you gonna do? You can put on your headphones and listen to music and podcasts.
So what you're saying is, once the recession happens and people are struggling, it's good for us.
Yeah, they just want to get
Okay.
it out of their head. And
Hey!
so
Fingers crossed it happens soon. I don't have much time.
There's a lot of people that listen to, like, for example, the podcast I do, Willful Ignorance.
Yep.
It's a lot of people who are like, they are restocking shelves or are truck drivers, or you know what I mean. So they just can listen to it. They can't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear though. Like, the people that listen to this show are intelligent, and they work in finance and they work in law. They understand the Constitution.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't understand the Constitution, then how many people do you think have actually clicked off the show when I tell them to click off the show? Probably none, right? I hope not.
It tells you on YouTube. You can see the listening where it drops.
I don't
off.
even want to. Oh, the retention curve.
Yeah, the
Who gives a
retention
fuck
curve.
about a retention curve? Well, fuck. That last story kind of ended flat. Can we do one more thing real quick, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just talk about North Korea and Russia, and we'll get out of here. Just very briefly. So, Moscow and North Korea may do an arms deal, and I love this idea. I love the idea of North Korea getting involved with Russia. But the question is, what sort of weapons is North Korea going to supply to Russia? Because the only thing that Russia and North Korea have in common is starving their people. You know, I don't know. I don't see North Korea being able to supply weapons to Russia.
If you starve your people, what are you spending your money on? Weapons.
I don't know. K-pop band, K-pop.
That's South Korea.
No, there's probably North Korean K-pop.
No, they're not allowed to listen to that.
Kim Jong Un's just there with a gun. Sing it again. Sing another song. And they're like sweating. They're like been performing for 4 hours. Would you do a comedy show for Kim Jong Un?
How much he paying?
5 yuan.
No.
5 billion yuan.
Yeah, of course.
That's actually $5. You got tricked. I don't know. That's probably a lot of money.
Yeah.
I just think that the people are very divided when it comes to Russia, Ukraine. Some people are like, I think we should give Ukraine all the money in the world. Others are neutral. They say, I don't support Russia invading Ukraine, but I also don't want to waste a bunch of money on US dollars on Ukraine. And then some people are supporting Russia. And I think if Russia allies with North Korea, it's going to be harder for people to like be neutral. You know, if Russia is doing a deal with North Korea, you got to at least be neutral. Like, you can't just support fucking North Korea. You know what I mean? But apparently Kim Jong Un is going to meet with Putin. How do you think that meeting's going to go? That meeting's going to go great.
I mean,
Kim Jong Un's going to be carried in on like 4 like kids are going to be holding up his throne.
No, they're not strong enough. Is he the first leader since Trump to meet with him?
With Kim Jong Un?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Or Kim's probably met with I think Kim's probably met with Biden secretly and we don't know it. No, I
thought they
maybe
cut.
not.
Yeah, I think they cut all ties.
No, I'm sure they've had little Zoom calls. But U.S. National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson added in a statement reported Monday that the White House has, quote, information that Kim Jong-un expects these discussions to continue to include leader-level diplomatic engagement in Russia. So I don't know. The point is, Russia's doing deals with North Korea. Spotify is doing deals with Prince Harry. These are the same things to me. It's the same level of evil. Spotify giving money to Trevor Noah is the same level of evil as us giving money to Ukraine. It's not okay, and we shouldn't be supporting it. Come on, dude. I mean, Trevor Noah's all right. He's got some stuff. He's fine.
Yeah, I like his stand-up.
I'd like to have him on the show, by the way. If
His
you're
stand-up's
interested.
great.
If you ever hear this, Trevor, I'd love to have you. But, well, and the thing is, yeah, I like his stand-up. But the thing is, it's like so many. He did Late Night with Trevor Noah, right?
Yeah.
Those shows, I don't even blame Trevor. I was critical. I was critical earlier just now, but I'm not as critical. You're limited network TV. I think everyone hates on the late night guys, Fallon, Corden, Trevor Noah. But the thing is, it's not them.
The writers.
It's the network. It's the advertisers. It's fucking Subway. That's like, oh, you can't make that joke because we're Subway. And then like, okay, sorry.
Crazy is that the two biggest ones was recently was the Trevor Noah Daily Show.
Yeah.
And what was his name from Australia that had a show? Jim Jeffries.
Yeah.
So they got two people who are not from America to talk about American politics. So it's like if you went to Australia or went to South Africa, would you give a shit about their politics or making fun of them? No. So it's like you have that buffer of like, I really don't know, your country other than what I'm being told by the people who are writing for the show.
So it's more objective. It's more easy for them to be like, they're less biased. Is that what you're saying?
Not less. They'll go with the agenda easier because.
You're saying but as opposed to the American, like they're all American.
It's like if you had a show in Ukraine, right? And the Ukrainian people feel a certain way, but you don't know that.
They're not tapped into the American ethos. That's what you're saying?
Not as like maybe. I mean, they've toured here and they've been here a long time, but I'm saying you can still have that. You know what I mean? Separation of like, in the end, I really don't give a fuck what I say politically about your country because it's
for sure
your country.
But on the flip side though, like when you get these non-American late night, like it is white erasure.
It is what?
White erasure. That was too many race jokes. You ever heard that term?
No.
White erasure. It's the erasure of the white race.
Oh, okay. No,
of La Raza.
I've never heard of that.
Oh no. Well, anyway, we'll bleep that out. No, I'm kidding. I don't go on 4chan. Also, the clips are doing pretty well. All right, that's the show. Let's do our closing things. We got to get out of here. Thanks for listening. How long did we do? An hour?
An hour 16, yeah.
Okay. Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still listening, please, again, I say it every episode, there's no half measures on Sean's show. If you're a fan, you're fully in. Sean's show is a gang. You can't, there's no such thing as halfway crooks, and there's no such thing as halfway fans of the Sean show. Review us on Spotify. Review us on Apple. I don't care if you only, download both apps and review us on both apps. Subscribe on YouTube. Like the video. Tell me, do you support North Korea doing a deal with Trevor Noah? Do you support that? Would you be interested? Comment. Tell your friends about the show. And most importantly, sign up to the Patreon. The Patreon has a lot of dope shit. I'm actually recording a Patreon right after this with two very funny comics here in Austin. One of them is at the coveted Comedy Mothership. So it's a lot of very exclusive content. I've interviewed lawyers. I've interviewed other comics. We talk about all types of dope shit. I say stuff that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. Just kidding. I'll say whatever I want, regardless. And also, we have a Facebook group. We actually have a few people in the Facebook group. So join the Facebook group where I want to hang out and interact with you guys. I want to make this conversation. And also, finally, I know there's a lot of stuff, but also call me. I leave a little number. Give me a call. I want to play voicemails of you guys asking for advice from me, God King, Sean Riley. Enjoy your shift at Denny's. Where can people find you, Josh?
Comedyfrequency.com. Check out my album right now.
Actually, watch the special. Actually, watch it too. It's fucking good.
Thank you. It's toys for sale. And you can check out this weekend. I will be at the Valve headlining September 8th and 9th.
The Velveeta Room.
Yeah, on 6th.
Tickets will be on Josh's Instagram, right?
They should be. Yeah, I haven't put them up yet, but they will.
If you're in Austin, just type in Velveeta Room comedy and you'll find it. Thank you. God bless, but God's not real. See you next week.